Hello, everyone. This is John, and we're going to discuss an interesting item that came out in 2014 from Resident Dreamer Studios, and it is a Twiki officially licensed life-size prop replica. Very limited number of these were made. I'm honestly not even sure if the entire run was done because the owner, Sean, had a discussion with him. And he said the sales weren't exactly what he expected. There's something about Buck Rogers where it's very popular among people who grew up in were children of the 70s and early 80s. They definitely remember all the characters, the main characters at least. They remember the Mego toys, but when it comes to actually collecting and buying the merchandise, it doesn't really have that popularity like Star Wars does. Even though it's the same crop of fans that are into it. So, very limited run of these. I'll show you the bottom part with the base right there. Because I had someone ask me questions, where can I get it? I said, well, unfortunately, you can't get these anymore. I mean, I'm sure you can look around, find them on eBay. But the detail's very, very impressive on this. Like a fiberglass type material. It's almost like for the hands, it's like the soft, rubbery material inside. You have to put it together yourself. Like the arms, the legs are molded together. The head's a separate piece. And some people saying, "Well, why doesn't it illuminate?" Like, well, for the price, these were very, very inexpensive when they first came out. I mean, like a third of what you see the Star Wars life-size Kenner figures are. So they really weren't very expensive for what this is and the size of it. So they obviously weren't going to put a ton of money into it as their first venture. And I know people are saying, okay, well, where's Dr. Theopolis? Well, I will show you Dr. Theopolis. The difference is Dr. Theopolis was not officially licensed, and that was sold in 2019. They emailed everyone initially who bought the Twiki, gave them first shot at getting Dr. Theopolis. And they just call him DrTheo, one word, because he's not licensed. Their license expired after so many years, so they had to call him DrTheo, and that was much more profitable for them to make the DrTheo add-on feature. So I'm going to show you the DrTheo right now. There you see.
Buckle me okay.
So it has a motion sensor.
Just when you thought it was safe in the 25th century.
And when you ordered these, you could have these programmed.
What a guy. What about Buck?
With different options for phrases. One was just Dr. Theopolis talking. So if you
I
wanted to
have
be
no objections.
completely accurate, if I'm not mistaken, then
Certainly, Buck. That's why I'm here, to answer your questions.
and this option has both the Mel Blanc Twiki voice and the Dr. Theopolis voice.
I'm introducing a pale hint of mauve into the sunset this evening. Not so deep as an amethyst.
At first, I thought it was an error, but if you look at the television series, it is this almost minty green look, which is very unusual, but it is accurate. So the other option they made, and this is probably much easier to find for this, is they made a bust of Twiki, just the top part of him, the head and the upper torso area with no arms. and a Dr. Theopolis you could add on to that instead of the full-size one. So that was another good option that you could probably still find if you look around, you go on Facebook or search for Resident Dreamer Studios. So definitely, I have the same people ask me questions about this that I'll try and show more about it. One of the Bug Rogers Facebook groups. It's definitely one of my favorite items that I own. One of my favorite characters of all time, I'd say, in space fantasy. Took that combination of C-3PO and R2-D2, and they ran with it and combined them both with this character. With the whole popularity of Star Wars, they had to cash in with this series, and I thought they did a good job with it. And it's one of the more memorable characters if you grew up during that time period. Unfortunately, someone younger now probably has no idea who this character is, and that's probably why these didn't sell as well as they thought. But if you enjoyed this, please like this, comment,